Oh, damn, that was quick. Okay, y'all. Okay. Y'all see the little description, and I'm always quick to not go there with religion or anything that have to do with that. But it's just like that seminar I went to yesterday on the use of lethal force or whatever else was going on at there. That was scheduled like months ago. It was just, that was the date of the conference or whatever. And so now that that's a hot button topic, I didn't try and insert myself. I actually seemed like was called to be there because I'm here early. Okay, so now look. Okay, so everybody knows all my kids run track, right? First of all, I'm gonna start this with a caveat that I live in the suburbs. I don't live in the city, and I've also coached out here too, right? So, boom. One of my kids forgets his jersey, and whatever I had to do today, I was able to get to the house, grab the jersey, and then get here to this house. So this is a suburb too. It just happens to be not as good of a suburb, or let's say it's closer to the city. So the world would have you believe that if I would have brought my other sons or a couple of their cousins to this track meet, we're troublemakers just because we came here. All right. So yeah, just like that same way, walking in spirit, I'm here at this track meet at a suburb. Yeah, so I'm here at this track meet today in this random suburb because I had to bring my son his jersey, and I don't want to say the wrong thing so that people would get it misconstrued, but man, look, there's people milling around here everywhere. Anybody who considers they self-confident is just talking to the other people. It's a track meet. So as a participant, you could go in one of these schools, you might see my face on the wall as a coach, right? So I think I have a good idea what's going on with these kids. I don't just know city kids. I'm gonna throw this out there, right? In my time where I was coaching actively in a what they call suburb, quality suburb, or whatever you want to put it, the volleyball girls were the absolute worst. And I don't care who they were, as far as the way they treat the staff, the kind of stuff they do, the amount of shit we just keep quiet because nobody even wants to write reports or anything. We just like, damn it, just please stop, right? Y'all have no idea what y'all kids be doing. And as a person who work in the suburbs, like, you don't even... If I was that kind of person that liked to record shit, man, there'd be a lot of embarrassed ass kids and parents. That's all I'm gonna say. And two, I saw somebody on here who I thought was pretty prominent say that they've never heard their kids screaming at the video game. And I just have trouble now believing anything you say. There is no parent in 2025 that has not heard their child screaming at the video game, especially on like a Friday night or a Saturday night, and you'll just hear it. Come on, bro! You're just like, yo, what do y'all got going on, right? So to even sit there and say that I wasn't there when it happened just implies that you're never there, and that would lead to this situation we in right now. So as I'm here, I'm not saying kids like my kids are above using racial epitaphs and talking bullshit, man. Everybody does that, especially if you working anywhere around law enforcement. You already know they don't even have their audio on most of the time in the camera because the type of jokes they make and stuff, if it got to the public, it would be like bad. Because when you work around certain things, you got a certain mindset to be able to deal with looking at that kind of stuff every day. But nobody's gonna say like these people are now animals. So you just kind of got to be careful when you point the finger, because there's always three fingers pointing back at you, and they usually got valid points. So I'm enjoying this track meet. I don't know who any of these people are as they show up, right? I don't plan on going to have dinner with them, so I don't care what their personal politics are, right? But while we here, it is a certain standard of behavior. You see what I'm saying? Remiss, because I'm in a suburb right now. What would I look like saying certain things, doing certain things? Now I'm looking at all these kids and I'm like, you expect them to react to that kind of pressure in ways that you can't even admit you heard your kids yell at the video game. Like, it's ridiculous. So if you don't want like real adults to put you out there by your bootstrap, like, it is what it is. We know what's going on. And they want to save the other brother. That's fine. In my mind, as someone who has to frequent track meets and places like this, because I have kids, right? Don't try and throw the rest of everyone else under the bus to save him, because maybe that behavior that he exhibited out here at this track meet is so. When I hear my kids yell at the video game, I tell them to stop. Right? That's all I'm going to say. So that they wouldn't come out here and say I couldn't come to this one. They wouldn't be at Anchor Bay saying certain things and doing, like, because they know that I admonish that kind of behavior. But if you were just walking in the room thinking it's funny, that's why they would come out here into the public and repeat that. It's sad. He's probably looking like, yo, you told me it was okay. So yeah, I would be remiss to pass judgment until after all the facts come out. But I want the real facts to come out, which means that your video game chats and your text messages and group chats will come into play. And if you even think about saying that a popular football player doesn't have that kind of stuff, then that's just like saying I've never heard my kids yell at the video game, which makes anyone who's reasonable feel like you're lying. So yeah, walking in spirit, the same way none of my kids are even paying attention to this joint going on, and we go to track meets. I got a kid in scholarship for track, on scholarship in college right now, going for track. This is one of the other kids, right? Like, they don't even pay attention to this kind of shit on the news. Yeah, that's you parents. That's y'all. That's y'all guilty parties trying to make sure that brother doesn't get charged for being an accomplice. Let me walk you through this. 2 kids steal a car. Officer ends up killing one kid for whatever reason. That other kid gets charged with the murder. Just is what it is. You're an accomplice. So, innocent until proven guilty. That's true. So, you see what I'm saying? So realistically, as a parent, I know your kids talk crazy on the video game because I can hear them, right? And that will be more indicative of what his mind state was when he came out here to talk to random strangers and felt like he was going to say or do whatever he did. And again, my kids are popular, so they be all over the field talking to everybody, meeting parents, all that kind of stuff. So you saying something else about yourself, right? If you use that as a stance, like, what do you mean y'all never went to the other stands? Of course you do. Track is not like football. It's not like a homecoming. And even then, somebody's whole family might be forced to sit in the other stands, stuff like that. It just, right? The idea is that whatever you bringing out your house, if you feel entitled to someone's personal space, you are not in control of how they react to that. And in this world, at every other point of judging a person reasonable, children are never required to react reasonably to anything because they're children. They can do the best they can do, but if he came out the house using M-bombs, that's just as dumb as boy coming to the track meet with the knife. You were both looking for trouble. And it's sad. I'm not willing to say all white people are racist because of this situation, and I will not allow people to say that blacks have no place at track meets because the situation. So again, walking in spirit is why I'm here without trying to be here. Not looking for views. This boy left his jersey, and the way I work, or however, wherever I work, I could just leave and go help him out. Did I plan on coming to this track meet today? No. Am I gonna stay? Yeah. Because the Spirit has shown me where to be, and I am compliant. Does that make sense? So, if you don't want me to put reason out there, don't put the bullshit out there. Because I will. I don't have no reason not to. I'm always where I'm supposed to be at. You know? So, yeah, just a little crazy happenings. They sent me to this damn seminar 2 months ago, and it was yesterday, and then now today I'm at a track meet. That's wild, right? Anybody else will say, or it's a coincidence, you know? I like to call it divine intervention. But I'm gonna get on y'all.